folks, let's get started.
All right.
You have your kits in front of you. In this container is the sticky rice. You just set that out to the side. I'm just going to go through the boxes so you know what everything is. In this more plasticky box is your fish. You have your tuna and your salmon. Go ahead and just separate those and ease them out to the side. Set them out to the side. And then the paper container, you'll find your nori sheets. There's 6 in there. There's 6 in there. You have enough ingredients to make 4 rolls out of each one. I put some extra in there in case they tear. That happens. And then you'll also find a whole bunch of little containers in there. We'll have soy sauce. It's actually tamari, pickled ginger, spicy mayo, some black and white sesame seeds, wasabi, 4 cucumber spears, and a little packet of some cream cheese. This little packet of cream cheese, go ahead and give it a nice squeeze, kind of warm it up a little bit, move it around in your hands.
Uh-oh, I don't have cream cheese.
Well, you gotta have cream cheese for the Philly roll, right?
Yep. I don't see.
You'll probably want a little spoon as well.
It's on the very bottom, Chuck. It's on the very bottom of the box. It blends in.
Oh,
It does blend in.
thank you.
You're welcome.
It does.
Oh, okay. So we want to be massaging our cream cheese.
Yeah, just to warm it up just a tiny little bit.
Squeeze it around a little bit.
And right now, we'll only want to have our tamari and spicy mayo opened up. And we can set the wasabi, ginger, and sesame off to the side. And you folks all have your bamboo mats?
Yes.
The bamboo mats only roll up one way, so make sure that it is rolled up the way you're standing.
Where's that?
And then if you look at your nori sheets, you'll notice that one side is a little bit shinier than the other. You want to have the shiny side down. The non-shiny side kind of has some like striations in it. It's not super important. It just looks better that way. And so you want to lay that flat down on your bamboo mat. Well, before you do that to your bamboo mat, a little bit of water on your hands, and then just rub that down on your mat real quick. Don't need a whole lot of water, just a nice little coating. Prevent this from sticking.
Okay.
And the first rolls we're going to work on are going to be the spicy tuna roll. So you got your
All right.
down on your bamboo mat. You're going to get your fingers nice and wet again. Make sure you get the tops in between because the rice is really sticky and this is going to help it not stick to you. You're going to want to take about a half a cup or a big fat handful of your sticky rice and put it towards the top of your nori wrapper. And then slowly, or not slowly, but just kind of rake it back and start to make an even level. You're going to need to grab more rice. We're looking for about a 1/4 inch of rice thickness, making sure it goes all the way to the left and right edges and almost to the top. And then we'll leave probably like a 1/2 inch gap at the bottom.
Oh, we're doing the whole thing?
Roll that.
Okay, in other words, a half inch all the way, the whole thing?
Yeah, I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Do this little area clear of rice up here, and then make sure you're taking rice all the way to the left and right edges. You can leave just a tiny gap at the top.
All right. It's using up most of the rice, though, isn't it?
Using up most of mine.
Okay. I like my rice. I like rice.
Yeah. So if you look at your container, you should be able to get 4 rolls out of there. So if you can try and divide it into 4 just by eyeballing it, that'll help you make sure that you have enough rice for all the rolls.
Okay.
Those might be really big rolls.
Like mine.
All right. Is everybody ready to continue?
Kinda.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Okie dokie. So now we're going to take the spicy mayo. Give yourself a nice fat spoonful. And then about a quarter of the way up from the bottom of the sheet, put a couple big fat blobs of that spicy mayo on there. If you like it extra spicy, then.
How spicy is it?
By itself, it's pretty spicy. Inside the roll, it's just got like a tiny kick to it. I wouldn't say it's too bad. It's not
One to 10?
1 to 10. I would say like a 4, 3 or 4. Yeah, it's not super spicy. And so now we got a big fat smear of the mayonnaise down. I don't know if you can see that or not.
I can't.
Everything looks. And now we'll just take a couple strips of tuna. Make sure it covers the whole width of your nori sheets. Just a couple pieces is usually all that's needed. You have a little bit more. Looks like I got enough for 3 of each. And just lay it across the top of your mayonnaise. Like
Okay.
so. Try not to drop it on the floor. Right. All right, so here's the rolling part. Seems a lot more difficult than it really is. Just going to take the bamboo sheet and fold it over until it covers the fish and the mayonnaise. You're going to give a little tug back. Doesn't need to be super tight. You'll unroll it again, and then you can roll up the rest by hand.
Wow. It works.
Well, that is a fat roll.
Yeah, look at that. And so you'll have a little seam on the, and you'll want to place that seam on the bottom towards the top of your bamboo sheet. Closer for you. And then you'll take
Bamboo sheet has to be wet.
just a little bit moist is all. That's all. So the nori and the rice don't stick to it too much. And so now we will fold the bamboo sheet over your roll, hold the back end, and then use your fingers to press in there, kind of make it a little bit tight. Once it feels nice and tight, you'll just let it roll off.
Mine's more of a burrito.
Yeah.
Can I ask you what kind of nori do you buy? There's so many different kinds of nori. Do you have a nice average buy for nori?
I don't know what it's called. I don't know how to read Japanese.
Senpai.
Where did you get it?
Yeah, I can find out exactly. You gotta call my purveyor. I don't know for sure. All right, so that was one. We got one done, so we can do one more spicy tuna roll. Do it the same way. Shiny side down.
Sure to get a little wet.
Give it a little bit, there you go.
Get the bamboo a little wet right there. Nori.
Your fingers wet. The right thing too sticky.
Got that.
Start to
All right.
let it out.
I think I better save that for the salmon. I'm gonna do that piece here. Yeah, this is gonna be unusual. Here.
Do you just buy sticky rice already sticky, or do you make your
Make
own
it.
sticky?
Oh, we make it ourselves. It's a special sushi rice. It's a, oh man, I don't know how to say it. It starts with a T. Coffee? I don't know. But I buy it in big bags, and it's a nice, fat, short grain rice. Works really well for sushi. It takes a long time to rinse, though.
Right.
All right.
A little thinner than last time.
Thinner, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. Did I say we were doing the spicy tuna roll again?
We were.
Well, let's move
Yeah.
on to the salmon roll, so we can make sure you get it out. So you're stewing the rice exactly the same as you did before. Except this time, what we're going to do is flip the sheet over and do an inside-out roll. You have the rice touching the bamboo mat with the nori on top.
Okay.
A little wild.
So you put the rice on the nori first and then turn it over.
Yes, sir.
Give it a little flip. The rice is touching the bamboo roller.
And then we're going to open up our little cream cheese packet. We just slice the corner off. And we're just going to squirt a nice fat line across the top of it, or across the nori. Towards the bottom, just like where you put the sauce for the tuna roll.
Alright. Yeah.
Vigorous.
All right. Once you have your cream cheese down, you take a couple cucumber spears and just lay those right, smoosh them right into that cream cheese, edge to edge.
Okay, we're going a little fast, I think, because I'm still trying to get my cream cheese out of the packet here.
I feel you. I feel you. We'll take a second. Yeah, it's a little cold. It's kind of hard to spread the cream cheese, as you can see on mine. I had to really spread it with my fingers, so it might be a little difficult.
I'm beginning to
My hands are
appreciate the guys behind the counter at the sushi places because I don't think they're going through the same thing I am. And even Charlie's making me look good, for God's sakes.
What do you mean by that?
Chuck, you look great.
So, we now went for cucumbers, right?
We're gonna stick our finger in the tamari and just brush it on the top of the salmon.
Hey, dude.
Sit down.
Too many people talking, can't hear you.
We're just going to take a little bit of tamari on your finger and just brush the salmon with it. Just,
The tamari.
a little bit of a season.
So I'm sorry, is it tamari, this white and
So the tamari is the
It's more
soy
soy
sauce. Soy sauce.
oh,
What do we do with that again?
Dab it on your finger and then brush the salmon with the tamari.
Willing to stay on anyone except for
And you're just gonna lay the salmon across your feet with the cucumber.
good people, but very trusting.
Everybody needs to unmute unless there's a question, because nobody can hear, because you can't hear anything. Please, thank you. Put mute on, yeah.
All right. Does everyone have their salmon on their rolls?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, like that. And so we'll do the same thing and lift the bamboo sheet up. Just wrap it around that little piece. Give it a little tuck back. And then finish rolling it up by hand. You will have some rice stick to that bamboo mat, but that's okay. Gonna happen.
A lot of rice stick to the bamboo mat.
And so with this one, we're not going to roll it out like we did before. All we're going to do is lay the bamboo sheet over the top and give it a squeeze just to shape it up. So you have kind of that, I don't know what shape that
This is
is.
pathetic.
I'll recommend the curved top.
this is dinner.
If you have a spatula, you just tuck it under there and it helps you roll all the rice up.
Nice. And then the sesame seeds will be for the top of this roll. You can just sprinkle them right on there as much as you like. I like quite a bit myself. And give it a nice little pat.
Good roll.
Good roll. All right. Those are those two. So let's make some more. You folks have more?
Not much.
A lot of rice, but that's okay. Got enough for dinner.
Okay. I'll show you folks how to cut the rolls too, since we have two completed ones right now. This inside out roll will be a little bit tougher to cut, so we're going to start with the spicy tuna roll. See if I can get a little better picture in there. All right, so with your sharp knife, this isn't like a chopping motion. It's going to be more of a gentle sawing back and forth. And the best way to do it is to go right in half and then just let your knife do all the work. Just nice little slice so you get that roll. That might be the best one I've ever made, actually. I'm glad I did it on camera.
That's nice.
And so when you have it cut in half, you'll just turn this piece over here. So you got your two halves, and then you'll cut your two halves in half again. And lining them up like this, just make sure all your pieces are nice and even, which is the aesthetic of sushi. Nice and pretty. And then each half, you'll cut in half again.
Thank God I had my knives sharpened.
Yeah. Where'd you get that done at?
At the University Club.
The University of Portland?
Yes, indeed.
That's where I am. And you'll cut the other roll. The other roll is just a tiny bit more difficult just because of how just because of the way it is. You know, some people are more difficult. The inside out rolls are a little bit more difficult. Cut it right in half. Turn it over. If your knife starts to stick a little bit, that water's your friend.
You know what to do.
Cut in half again. And each half in half one more time. Those edge pieces will be the most difficult for you. And then the pickled ginger and the wasabi. I'm sure you're supposed to have eaten sushi before, but the pickled ginger is kind of a palate cleanser. You use it to cleanse your palate in between tasting the different sushi rolls, so you get to taste all the flavors because they're nice and subtle. And then wasabi, it's just that nice horseradishy spice that people really love or really hate. Shelly said she was going to eat this whole bowl.
Yep.
And there's quite a bit of wasabi here. If you want to get fancy, it's kind of like Play-Doh. You can mold it up, roll it into a nice little ball, and then do little pinches. Make it look fancy if you want. I think I've like drew fish in them sometimes for different platters. But they make all sorts of different shapes that I have no idea how to. I don't know what that is. Looks like a Hershey Kiss. I'll go back to the ball.
Charlie, your roll was fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sure, it tasted better than it looked.
Those are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie's first time.
Successful.
What's your best piece?
I would probably say this is my best piece.
Right. This is me, and this is Charlie.
All right.
Fine. Charlie did an excellent job.
He had a good teacher, as did we.
Yeah, I would say that's very clear.
Yeah, can I see yours?
Right.
You guys hiding it?
Oh, that looks really nice, Miss Miller.
Excellent.
One wart, one wart.
Yeah, those are snacks, chef snacks.
Yum.
And the inside out roll is usually a little bit looser
Right.
because of the way it is.
Those are my favorite rolls.
Yeah, I like the inside out rolls too. I'm not sure why. They taste the same to me.
I think it's the mouthful.
Yeah, you're not biting into
It's gotta be the mouthfeel.
sushi on the outside.
Mmm.
I mean, more.
Oh, here. This one's a good one.
How's it going in there? You folks need any help?
Did you hear the panicked expression here? Yeah. No, we're fine.
I ran out of rice. Is there a way to like make homemade sticky rice without buying the special rice?
You kind of need the special rice unless you have arborio. Arborio is a decent substitute, but it is a little too.
Portion.
Okay.
The mouthfeel is different. I think
Got
it's
it.
like batter. What's that? Mhm. Yep. Yeah, and you can definitely get the rice from me as well.
One-stop shop.
What about the sushi grade fish?
Yes, absolutely.
Aha.
Absolutely. And I'm actually going to be doing this kit as a meal kit on the UC to go menu. I get confused on the names. It's the place. Go meal kits. Is what
Cool.
Nice, that's awesome. Kind of a fun little kit.
Yeah.
What would we ask for when we go to get fresh salmon and tuna? What do we ask for?
For the salmon that I gave you, I use salmon belly because it's nice and fatty, and that's what I prefer. But you'll want to try and find the fattiest salmon you can find and the freshest salmon that you can find. So whether it's a coho or a king or a sockeye, it kind of depends on what's available. They'll all work really well. It's more of a preference on what you like.
I'm gonna pop in here for a second. We did mention it for a moment, but if you do want to order tuna or the salmon through Chef, he can do that for you for a small amount like this. Or even the rice, we can give you the rice, as far as through the marketplace. You just need to reach out to Cherish and let her know what you're looking for, and he can take care of that for you at any time. Because it is nice to go through a purveyor that you trust and that you're going to get fresh product from, and we for sure know that. So that's always an option for all of you.
Absolutely. And I will hook you guys all up with some.
In fact, do not order your sushi from anybody but the club. That's the only place you should order. Anybody else will poison you. You should only order your sushi from the club.
Oh, hey.
The rice too. The rice too. Only get the rice from the club.
Yeah, what he said. Everything else is poison to you.
Yeah, basically. You don't want to say it, but.
Yeah, I did. You didn't have to. I did.
Well, I'm a happy camper.
So has anyone taste tested their creation yet?
Yes, it's delicious.
Good.
So I've sampled it. I actually came up with something called a diva roll, which is a little tuna and salmon in there.
Oh, a diva roll.
Maybe a new special when we open back up.
I'll let you know.
Chuck, your laugh is so funny. It's so fun.
Thank you. I enjoy sharing it with people.
Yeah.
I love this idea, and this turned out really so much better than I thought it would. And it's really good. So I hope you do more classes.
Yes, me too.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hoot. I mean, it's really a fun way to do it.
What do you folks want to learn?
What's your beverage choice if you don't have sake in the house?
What's my what?
Beverage of choice.
What's my beverage of choice?
Hmm?
My beverage of choice is water.
He's a hydro.
How about a Sauvignon Blanc or something like that? Probably would go very well with this.
Yeah, or sake. Do you know anything about sake, Curly?
Nope. I've never had sake before, actually.
I've had some sakes, but I don't really know anything about them.
They're rice wines, and they vary in quality, but and they can be hot or cold.
Yeah, I've had some gross plum wines.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had one that I like yet.
So here I am popping back in. At one point, Chef mentioned, what would you like to see as far as your next cooking class? Anybody have any preferences?
Oh man, that turned out great.
I was looking forward to Chef teaching his sauces class again.
The mother sauces again?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we had to cancel the most recent one, but I'd love to know how to make a hollandaise and a béarnaise and
Yeah.
and some of the Keter sauces. I cook for myself all the time, so and a sauce can make a marginal cook look very good.
I agree.
Properly prepared, yeah, and
I can do some mother sauces and some daughter sauces. We can maybe make it a 2-part series. Learn how to make all the mother sauces and then break it down the next time around. Learn how to do other stuff.
Love to.
Chuck just inspired me. What if, sorry.
Go.
What if we took every meal that Chuck eats in a day and you made it better? You hyped it up. You like you like Emeril Lagasse, bam, sauced it. So just take.
He's going to vlog all his eating. I'm all right with that.
No, he just tells you what 3 meals are that he would normally eat, and then you show us how to make each of those meals even more amazing. Just to.
He has to be honest though.
Okay, a saltimbalco, a piccata. I actually do make these things. They're easy to make for one.
Excellent.
Yeah.
This did not come out good at all.
It would be easy for this one.
Yeah, I decided to go a little off book.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe next time I'll
Yeah, you can put
combine
whatever you want in there.
tuna and salmon. They're real crazy.
Put fruit in there. Got some Korean rolls. Put bulgogi in there.
Really?
Yeah, that's really good.
Sounds really good.
Does anyone have any other questions for me? So I think that's it for now.
I think it's been wonderful. And it's going to be a wonderful dinner.
So we definitely will do more of these classes. Chef will do what is requested. We actually also film this, so we are going to be putting this out as a cooking class for everybody else. So if you need to brush up on technique, you will be able to have that.
No.
So that's our idea, is to continue to do these every so often. And I know Chef is talented and will show us all. So I'm looking forward to eating more of these.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Thank you. This was fun. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good evening, everybody.